Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki and today I'm doing the Thank You Next book tag.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I can't remember who this tag is by, so I will link the original video down below as per usual. No one really tagged me. I don't think I'm really tagging anyone either. This is just a fun little thing I thought I would do today. It's my sister's birthday today and I had to film something really quickly. Well, it's not today, it will be the day that you're watching this. So, happy birthday to you, but yeah, I had to film in advance, so this is something that I could do really quickly. So the first question is to name a book that you said thank you next to, or if you DNF'd, aka did not finish. For this one, I have decided to go with Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. This is basically about a woman called Maud who is assumed to have dementia. She doesn't really remember anything except for the fact that her friend Elizabeth is missing. And because she has dementia and it kind of grinded at my bones, I started to get really frustrated with this book and it seems to just be repeating itself. I know that this has really good rep for dementia and stuff like that, but I just couldn't handle it. So I said thank you next and spoiled myself through a spoiler review. So the next question is broken up to 3 little subheadings, and the first one is to name a book that taught you love, i.e. a book that you love. I thought I would go with, you know, books that I don't really talk about on the channel all that much. I could have answered Looking for Alaska for a few of these, but I decided to range. A book that I don't feel like I talk about enough and that I absolutely loved, and I don't think a lot of people know how much I loved it, was City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, which is the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments series. I absolutely love this book. It was the turning point in the series for me. I didn't really enjoy the first 2 books as much as the hype did, and I thought, what is this? This isn't anything special. But then I read this book and I absolutely loved it this year, and no turning back now because I love this series now. The next prompt is to name a book that taught you patience. The book I've decided to go with for this one is The Method by Shannon Kirk, because oh my god, does this book have you at the edge of your seat. This is basically about a girl who has basically been kidnapped. She's pregnant, she's 16 and she's been kidnapped. That sounds so Wattpad-y, but I promise it's so much better than that. The Method basically follows this group of people who are basically extracting the babies from young women's bellies that have a certain quality so they can kind of like have them as like a superior race. And every single second our main character is calculating, and we have to wait and have a lot of patience with her because she's waiting for the right moment to attack and to break free. So that's why The Method has taught me patience. The 4th prompt for this little subheading bit is name a book that taught you pain. For this one I decided to go with Dreamology by Lucy Keating because oh my god, I didn't like this book at all. So this is basically about Alice, who has been dreaming of a boy called Max her entire life, and one day when she moves schools she finds the boy of literally her dreams sat in the classroom with her. This was very fluffy, very contemporary, very romance based, and it just kind of wasn't what I was expecting. I was kind of hoping that it would have gone down the more dystopian route. I feel like if this was a sci-fi kind of like dystopian like The Hunger Games, it could have done really well, but unfortunately it's YA contemporary romance and I just didn't like any of it. Pain. It taught me very much pain. The next prompt is to name a book that you loved at the time of reading, but in hindsight you do not like it as much anymore, but you still learned some kind of quality from it. So for this prompt I kind of cheated because I've gone with 2 books, but they are both an example of what I've learned from reading this year. And for this prompt I decided to go with The Night Circus and Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. These are both kind of circusy, gamey reads and I am so done with them. I did DNF Ace of Shades. I've still got the bookmark in it. It's about 200 pages in. I did finish The Night Circus, but oh my god, it was a struggle. But I kind of learnt from these 2, although I did enjoy them, I just don't like circus books and I'm just going to stay away from them in the future. Although, nothing against the authors, nothing against you if you like these books or the authors or the books or anything like that, I'm not chatting shit, but I just don't like circus books and these 2 books really kind of emphasise that for me. The next prompt is to name a book that you're currently talking to, i.e. you have the hots for. So for this prompt I decided to go with Death and the Seaside by Alison Moore. A lot of you who have watched my Witchathon weekly vlog will know that I absolutely love this book. This book is basically about a writer who's writing a book about the seaside and she's moving out and she's having loads of big changes in her life, and then her landlady, who she's just moved in with, she reads her book and she's like, this is so unrealistic, we have to take you to the actual seaside where she's writing the book, and you actually have to have a grasp on life. So yeah, they go to the seaside and loads of mysterious things happen at the seaside between the writer and her landlady, and it's just amazing and I loved it so much. The plot for this isn't that strong, so if you really like plot driven books, I normally do, but the characters are just amazing, and I feel like I got all the references. They drive up the M5 and they go from the Midlands to Devon, which I do very often. There's loads of mentions of Blade Runner and kind of psychology theory, which I'm studying right now. Very good, definitely have the hots for this one. And the last prompt is to name a book that gone last. The book of you, the book that helped you love yourself a little bit more. Again, I could have picked Looking for Alaska for this one because it is my all-time favourite book, but I decided to go with a book that I don't normally talk about on the channel a lot. I don't actually think a lot of people know that I like this author a lot because of my review of Heartless or the fact that I love this series, but I decided to go with Cinder for this one by Marissa Meyer. I absolutely loved this book. I'm gonna have to reread it at some point when I finish the series. I'm on Crest right now, but I decided to go with Cinder by Marissa Meyer because the character of Cinder, oh my god. This might be a spoiler, but I'm going to try and make it not, okay? I'm going to very try my hardest. This book is basically inspired by Cinderella. I wouldn't say it's a retelling, I would definitely say it's inspired by. So this is about Cinder, who is a cyborg. She has a missing leg. She's, you know, she works as a mechanic and she has this little drone flying thing that I absolutely love. I'm in love with it. So she's a gifted mechanic in New Beijing and her stepmother is an absolute bitch. But when her life kind of crosses paths with Prince Kai and he takes an interest into her and her work, they kind of have a little rumble in and things just literally hit the fan. Cinder does things, it's more to do with Scarlet actually, but I'm going to pick this book just in case because this is where her character is born. I think as an audience we are meant to love Cinder, but Cinder does and says things that the public in the book don't like, and she's kind of painted as an anti-hero, but she's our hero, if that makes sense. She's a cyborg for one, but we love her and we can see past that, and I feel like this contributed to me loving myself a little bit more. I still don't, but it's contributed at least to that self-love because she loves herself no matter what people think of her, and she knows what she's done right and she knows her morals and her values, and we love her, so I relate. Last question is to tag a bunch of people, which I'm not going to be doing unfortunately because I'm not sure who is a big Ariana fan or who even wants to do this tag. So if you're watching this and want to do it, then consider yourself tagged. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give my thumbs up and subscribe. I make videos on the channel every Tuesday for bookish content. Again, happy birthday to Tia because I'm going to be posting this on her birthday. Happy birthday to you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for another video because it's my birthday on Thursday and I'm going to be doing the birthday book tag because I feel like I missed out on that last year because I didn't know it was a thing. So I'm going to be doing it this year and I'm so bloody excited. Anyway, thank you and I'll see you then. Bye!
Snow is falling.